a ghost town, a haunted palace, and number 33 Al-Khali Gate. Here are some of the most haunted places in Dubai. Know before you go! Number 1. Number 4 Jumeriah. A group of Filipinos living in the 7-bedroom building claim to have experienced some chilling paranormal activity during the night. One night, Lora woke up around 3 a.m. feeling as though something was on top of her, even though she couldn't see anything on top of her. When she looked at her shadow that was cast on the curtain, she saw a dark shadow on top of her. Another night, she heard noise from her roommate's bed. When she looked over, she saw her roommate was asleep, but the shadow that was cast on the wall also had a dark shape on top of it. After these events, both girls chose to sleep together on the floor rather than in their own beds, but one night Lora was awakened by a feeling on her foot. When she looked down, she saw her sock was slowly being pulled off. She woke up her roommate and told her what had happened and put her sock back on. Later on, her roommate saw it happen again. This continued to happen another 6 times throughout the night. Another occupant called Khali says that one night he awoke because he thought there was an earthquake, but later realized that the only thing shaking was his own bed. Another roommate claims to sometimes hear voices in his ear and that something locked him in the bathroom for 2 hours. His roommates eventually got him out by breaking down the door. Number 2. Ghost Town. The ghost town of Ras Al Khaimah has a legend that says even if you visit the town by yourself, you will not be the only thing roaming the town's streets. Although that sounds pretty spooky, it is perhaps not the spookiest thing about the town. Al Jazirat Al Hamra was a port town with over 4,000 inhabitants that flourished until 1968, and then for some reason everyone left. The reason they left is a mystery. Some say it was the lure of Abu Dhabi, others say it was conflict with neighbouring tribes, and others say that supernatural forces appeared in the town and scared them away. What is clear is that whatever the reason may be that they left, they did so extremely quickly, leaving behind trailers and furniture, cars, and even boats. The locals are more than happy to take you around the town during the day, but they all get nervous and insist on leaving as the sun begins to fall. Number 3. Building number 33. From the outside, building number 33 at Al-Khali Gate looks like all the other apartment blocks in the area. But unlike the other apartment blocks, no one dares to stay in building 33. The building was last occupied by a McDonald's service crew who claimed that their personal items, mobile phones and toothbrushes, would disappear and then turn up later in completely different places. They also claimed to hear noises and moans during the night. After just 6 nights, the service crew decided to leave and move to a different building. From then, the building was abandoned and no one entered it for 2 years. After undergoing heavy maintenance in 2013, it is now available to buy or to rent, if you're brave enough, that is. Number 4. The Devil's Palace. Al-Qasimi Palace was built in 1985 by the late Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Humaid Al-Qasimi. However, shortly after moving in, the family observed that mysterious things began to happen. Doors closed without reason, furniture was thrown across the room, and voices and moaning were heard at night. Soon after, the family left the palace never to return, and there it has stood abandoned for over 35 years. Neighbours claim that the palace is still haunted and that they still sometimes see children's faces appear at the windows at night. The palace is now open for tours to anyone willing or brave enough to want to go in, and there are even renovation plans for the future to build a restaurant, cafeteria and play area for children, although we don't know if that's for the children that visit or for the supernatural ones that reside within its walls. Which of these places gave you the chills? Comment below before you go.